Senator Ted Cruz held a meeting with Mr. Trump today, just a little over 2 months after Senator Cruz said this.
I'm going to tell you what I really think of Donald Trump. This man is a pathological liar. He doesn't know the difference between truth and lies. He lies practically every word that comes out of his mouth. Donald Trump is such a narcissist that Barack Obama looks at him and goes, "Dude, what's your problem?" The man is utterly amoral. Morality does not exist for him. It's why he went after Heidi directly and smeared my wife. Donald will betray his supporters on every issue.
Joining me now with more, nationally syndicated columnist and Fox News contributor, Charles Krauthammer. Charles, great to see you. So let's just start with Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, who the last day of the primary came out and just annihilated Trump, saying, "I'm going to tell you what I really think of him," and then just spewed the most hateful, vile things he could think of. And now we're supposed to listen to him speak at the convention like he's some credible witness for Trump's presidency?
I think this is exactly what Trump began his campaign by campaigning against, this kind of obvious insincerity one way or the other. But perhaps on both sides. For Cruz, there's a guy who said, "I don't know if I could ever support somebody who insulted my wife the way that Trump did." On the other hand, Trump had intimated that he wouldn't allow Cruz to speak at the convention unless he was endorsed. So I think this counts as some kind of compromise and a kind of a plus for Trump in getting Cruz at least nominally on board, and perhaps he'll get his endorsement eventually.
I wonder how the women of America are going to react to Ted Cruz getting up there and saying, good things about the man who insulted Ted Cruz's own wife and her appearance.
Well, I'm not sure that Cruz endeared himself to the women or the men of America preceding this event. I mean, he's a staunch conservative and his appeal was ideological. I'm not sure it ever was personal.
It's just politics is so weird, or as Steyerwalt calls it, grody. Let's talk about how Trump did today, because there were sort of mixed reports about the things he said and some of the feathers he ruffled when he was on Capitol Hill, in particular over in the Senate. Your thoughts?
I think it's the same Achilles heel he's had all the way through. When he stays away from personal stuff, his being offended, not being respected enough, not being given the proper homage, the way he went after Governor Susana Martinez of New Mexico, completely gratuitously, really self-destructively. It didn't help him. When he stays away from that, he does okay. His issues are very appealing, the populist appeal on both immigration and trade. And when he talks policy, which I assume, according to Speaker Ryan, he mostly did with the House members, he did reasonably well. But in the Senate, he wanted to pick a bone with those who haven't bended a knee to him, including, as we just heard, Senator of Arizona Jeff Flake. And that led to an embarrassing encounter where Trump appeared to obviously not even know that Flake isn't even up for re-election.
And Flake, with the opening line to Trump, said, "Yes, I'm the other senator from Arizona, the one who didn't get captured, and I want to talk to you about statements like that." It did not go well. And then Trump apparently said of Senator Mark Kirk, who's not supporting him, called him a loser, and
and Ben Sass.
And it was never going to go well with Ben Sass, who thinks, as Carl points out, it was a dumpster fire. But what of the misstatement of the Constitution? That he really likes Article 12, and of course there is no Article 12.
Well, you can give him if you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'll leave it up to you and the viewers. You can say that he just mistook article for amendment. So he was thinking, he was asked, would you defend Article 1, which means the powers of Congress, and assuming that he misinterpreted that to mean the First Amendment, so he goes on to 12, etc. amendments. But it does tell you that we are dealing with a candidate whose lack of knowledge, lack of preparedness in terms of the fundamentals of government is quite breathtaking.
Charles Krauthammer, great to see you, sir.
My pleasure.